Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Here at Monte Baldo, just above Lake Garda. Fantastic. Chatting yesterday about why it's important to have passion when you go into business, because if you don't, what happens? Well, simple fact is you lose interest, right? And why is that? Well, a lot of it is down because generally most people tend to underestimate how long things take, and starting a business is very difficult. Creating a new project, anything is very difficult, takes a long time. If you think that you're going to go into something just for money and think, oh, I'll make my money in 6 months, that's where it goes wrong. Because what happens is when you get 6 months down the line, what you thought might happen hasn't quite happened. It's not as successful as you thought it might be, because we always underestimate what does happen. We always think that we're above the average, above the rules. We never factor in what could go wrong, things like Murphy's Law. So we get 6 months in, it's not as successful as we think. That's just because everything takes longer than we imagine, because we're not superhuman. We're just normal like everyone else. And then if we're just doing it for the money, we get annoyed, we start getting frustrated, and, let's say it takes a year, 2 years, and you've not done it out of passion, you've done it purely for money. You're going to lose interest, you're not going to give it your all. And then you're going to fall out with it and it'll just fail. So it's mega important to have passion, because I did a video on what the 3 things you need to start a business. And I'll put a link down below. I said there that passion is so important, because if you think about the amount of business ideas that succeed compared to the ones that fail, I think it's only like 1 or 2 out of 10 that succeed beyond about 5 years or something. Most fail. I don't know the exact statistics, but that's, by the by. Basically, most fail. And of the ones that succeed, a large part of that is the people that start those businesses, they're passionate about it, right? And the passion, if you think what you need to make it through, how hard it is getting through all the tough times, you need grit. And grit comes from passion, right? So if you don't have passion, you don't have that grit to push you through. There's a good little short book, Seth Godin's book, The Dip, which explains this quite well. Seth's like a marketing guru, and he talks about the dip when you're sort of deep in and it just feels like it's not going to work and it's not going to work. And there's a moment where most people give up, right? And it's generally because they haven't got grit, which comes from passion. And if you just push through, you almost can't see it and it feels like it's not going to work. But if you just push through that bit longer, it takes a while, but it starts gathering momentum. And once your business gathers momentum, that's when it can take off. And the difference between that, in that dip, in that real dark place at the bottom, when it feels like nothing's going to work, you'd rather be there doing something you enjoy, that you're passionate about, doing it for the love of it, than doing it just for money and hating it, because you're not going to push through at that point. So if you think about that dip, as I went through this, very dark at the bottom, feels very lonely, and it feels like it's not going to work. But if you just push through, believe in yourself, believe in your passions, that's how you succeed. Again, consistency. Remember that you're the sum of your habits that you do daily, and you want those habits to be about something that you're passionate about. Then you can push through. All right? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. See you all next time.